All right, now let's get analysis. We're now joined via Zoom by Tshwane University of Technology Professor of Public Affairs, Ricky Mukonza. Prof, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Now, as you've heard, in our earlier clip, Mpho Phalatse essentially, assuring residents of Johannesburg, that her office will prioritize the delivery of services. Now, is that an undertaking that she can make, just given the uncertainty that has been, surrounding this council for some time now, and the developments that we've seen with the ANC coming into power?
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers. I can see Mayor Mpho Phalatse is putting a brave face and acting like she is all in charge and can make lasting decisions concerning the affairs of the city of Johannesburg. But you and me would know that your position is not guaranteed because a council meeting could decide on a vote of no confidence and retain Dada Morero. While I understand that what she's doing is what politicians should rightfully do, but I think we must understand that there is no guarantee in this case.
Absolutely. Now, this is, of course, a multi-party administration. And like you just rightfully said, there are no guarantees, particularly if you were listening to what the ANC is saying in terms of getting back, control of the city. What can we expect? And in fact, what should we expect going forward from this administration?
I think what we can expect is a return of the ANC, because they command the necessary numbers to overturn, the decision that, was made by the courts. They can, do a vote of no confidence and vote the candidate of their choice. So that's what I see as the most likely possibility going forward. But you mentioned a very important point about the chaotic nature of politics that is being brought by coalition politics in local government. Because imagine, the DA came up with a coalition, worked for some time. They were replaced by the ANC coalition. They worked for 3 weeks. The courts overturned the decision of council, and the DA coalition is back in the driving seat. A day or so to come, you may see a situation where the ANC coalition government may be back in charge. And imagine what that does to the administration of the city. I think it's quite chaotic, and that has repercussions on so many fronts, from the service delivery front, from the economic, stability point of view, because we mustn't forget that the city of Johannesburg is the economic hub not only of South Africa but of the entire continent. So this is really, causing a lot of confusion that may have far-reaching consequences in terms of the running of the city.
Of course, the DA is saying that, those utterances that were made by the ANC, it's not taking lightly. It's in negotiation and in conversations with various other parties. Who are they likely then, to lobby at this point in time? We know that, of course, that a DA-EFF, partnership is out of the cards. But who are they likely then, to want to bring on board and to stay in power? Even though you're saying, the numbers are so against the DA at the present moment?
I see them making overtures to the like of the Patriotic Alliance, but we know that the Patriotic Alliance has probably made the decision to go with the ANC. But I think over and above that point, I think we must also look at the big voice that is now being given to smaller parties, and now they can decide, and they hold the keys to power, even though their parties got fewer votes. They are holding bigger parties at ransom. But I don't see the DA getting the Patriotic Alliance so that they can consolidate their power. I don't see that happening. That's why I am going with the ANC coalition to take over once they meet as council.
And in fact, just on that point, earlier she was being interviewed by journalists, Mpho Phalatse, saying that, all of the 9 MMCs, barring the Patriotic Alliance, are back, in the fold and back in their jobs. But just as we wrap up, Prof, very quickly, what then do we also make of developments that are happening at Ekurhuleni with the ANC saying that, this was a democratic process?
I think we are seeing a repeat of what happened in Johannesburg. I think it then gives us, reason to conclude that coalition governments in local government in South Africa are doing more harm than good, because what we are seeing in Ekurhuleni is likely to be replicated even in Tshwane. And that's not good for good governance and for good administration of these big cities that need some consistency at the top level. So what's happening in Ekurhuleni, instability, and we don't know how it is going to end, and it's not good for local governance.
All right, Prof, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Of course, that was Professor Ricky Mukonza giving us the analysis there in terms of developments that are happening in the city of Johannesburg.